There it goes. What up? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Smooth Order. Welcome to Negroes with a I was about to say Negroes with a P-cast. I don't really think that's how Negroes with a podcast, NWAP, NWAP, all that good shit. Season 4, episode 18. Looking at this is the final third. I think this is the third. The final third of the season of the podcast. Thank God, because niggas is tired as fuck, but we do this for y'all. I'm the host. Again, Smooth Order.
Tunde, Talk 7.
Lextopia here.
And we're down with Negro today. I don't know what Des. I think Des is like doing some family shit or something. So
probably delivering a baby or something.
I don't know. Probably fucking building a spaceship to Mars or some shit. Right. Like, probably saw Black Panther and just decided that he was
get the colony ready.
Yeah, to go out there and do whatever the fuck he wanted. Yeah, before we get started, we do have a comment somewhere. This is the first person to give us a comment on our new website, which is nwapcast.com. So shout out to Tay Pope. We're gonna try. I feel like we should give you something for being the first person to send us a comment on our website. So you know what I'm saying? We'll hit you up about that. We'll hit you up.
For now, you get this virtual high five.
Yeah, you get this. I don't know what the fuck that was. You get this. You get these well wishes on Black History Month. First off, I love you guys. We love you back. In your most recent episode, you guys were discussing about women. I'm sorry, you guys were discussing about men inviting women to their house on a first date. Literally, the exact story you read happened to me, except he ended up lying to me and got me in his house. It was the most uncomfortable situation ever. Being single in 2018 is literally, which is all capital letters, no joke.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah. I don't remember. What was the story that we told? Was it you, Lex, that told the story about being invited?
We were talking about that somebody's Twitter story where the girl was. Oh, what are you saying?
No, I'm saying I know what she's talking about. I just don't remember the story that she was referencing in the comment. I was trying specifically what story she was talking about. But it was a story that I read on the thing.
Yeah, it was a story we were talking about from Twitter where the girl was like, the guy was like going ham on her because she didn't want to come over to his house and she wanted to meet in a public place.
The text messages, right.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
Niggas be bugging out, man.
Yeah, but that's cool. People go to the new website, nwapcast.com, and you can fill in like whatever if you have a comment or whatever.
Yeah, and we have a Cash App. Do we have the Cash App on the webpage?
Yeah, it'll be up there. If not, go to $NWAPcast. But we gotta shout that person out too, because somebody actually donated.
Yes, shout out to drumroll. I'm gonna say I don't know if they want their whole name out there, so I'm not gonna say that. Miss KW or Mr. KW. Hopefully, I'm not sure which one it is because obviously, clearly the name could go either way. Mr. or Miss KW sending us $25. We definitely appreciate it. Thank you. Well wishes to you and your family, your children, and your parents. God willing, if they're still with us, and hopefully
all your generations to come.
Right, all the generations to come. I hope everything good happens, and it happens only to you today.
Because you get blessed. Look, you can start turning into the preachers and shit when you get some money. Yes. You try to bless people's life. You gonna get blessed. You gotta give to receive. Remember.
Indeed. So before we get the show started, I want to talk to you guys about what I spent my morning doing. Clearly, if you're watching this podcast, you can see that I have my do-rag on, and I look like Tunde 2 weeks ago. I have my do-rag on. My cape is in the wind and shit. With the cape in the wind, I have on a wife beater. I'm very fucking tired.
What's the real term for a wife beater? That's not like offensive.
It's an A shirt.
A what? Oh yeah, nobody's saying that shit.
Yeah, nobody's saying that. We're saying
it's a wife beater then.
Why did we start calling it wife beater though?
Because Italians used to wear it when they beat their wife.
Are you serious?
Italians?
If I remember correctly.
I feel like that's a random Black history fact that Tunde just shared with us. But look, so check this out, right? So the cement 3's, the black cement 3's dropped. today. And I've been planning on getting these shoes for like 2 weeks, right? So earlier this week, I was like, all right, I'm gonna get the shoes, and I'm gonna get the shoes from the sneakers app or whatever. And then I was like, well, I kind of want to have them for Black Panther because this dude was going. Shout out to Beetlejuice Q. He's gonna make me like a custom tee for Black Panther for the movie. It's gonna be black and gray. So I was like, oh, I should, them shits would be nice to go with the shoes or whatever. So I'm gonna just try to go ahead and get the shoes on Saturday. So earlier this week, I called Foot Locker and I'm like, yo, like, are you guys getting the cement 3s? This is a stupid question. They are getting the cement 3s, but I just needed them to kind of figure out what the release situation was. They was like, yeah, we getting them. It's first come, first serve. Come through on Saturday. We open the doors at like 10 o'clock. We open doors at like 9 o'clock. We letting people like 2 in at a time or whatever. They'll be able to get the shoes or whatever. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get the shoes. 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 So yesterday, because today's Saturday. So yesterday, I called Foot Locker again because I have this thing, right? Like when I call stores to ask questions, I always call on separate days because one person will tell you one thing and another person will tell you something else because nobody knows what the fuck they're doing, right? So I called yesterday and I'm like, yo, are you guys getting the cement 3s tomorrow? Again, stupid question. Everybody knows that they're getting cement 3s tomorrow. They're like, yeah, we're getting the cement 3s tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, it's a first come, first serve. He's like, actually, it is, but you have to register through the app. I'm like, excuse me? Ooh. It's like, yeah, I go through the Foot Locker app. You gotta get like do the little registration or whatever like that, and then they'll hold a spot for you online and they'll hold the shoes for you. So I'm like, okay.
Damn, the first nigga didn't give you that information?
No, this is why I always call twice. Yeah, always call because people will never be knowing what the fuck they be talking about. So I go into the app and I'm like trying to do the app. And I'm trying to like fill out all the information. I can't get in because I don't know what the fuck. Like my password wasn't working. I typed the wrong password or some shit. I'm like sneaking at work, clicking on the fucking computer, trying to use the app on my phone, doing all the shit, whatever. Had to reset the password like 3 or 4 times. I finally get into the Foot Locker app. I'm like, okay. Now this is where my age is starting to show because I'm trying to like figure out how to use the app and I don't know what I'm doing because I'm like pressing all these different things. It's like, you gotta do this, got to launch locator, you gotta RSC. I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck any of this means. So I was pressing the launch locator and I pressed on the shoe and it was like, there are no releases in your area. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Of course there are releases in my area, right? So then I found out like 10 minutes later that I forgot to turn on the location in my phone, which is actually pretty fucking creepy that I actually have to turn on the location in my phone so that you can find out where they're selling the shoes next to where I live, right? So I turn the location on and like all the stores pop up or whatever. So I'm going through to do the launch locator. I pick the shoe again. And then, the launch locator does the thing, the little technology thing where it kind of finds out like the stores are in your area. It's like the stores are in your area. All of the RSVPs are gone. It's just that all the RSVPs in the area are gone. So I'm like, okay. So this is when I go into like I had this process, right? Like I get really obsessive about things that I want when I want to get them. And then when it feels like I might not be able to get them, I have to reprogram myself into telling myself that it's okay if I don't get them, right? I've been obsessing about these shoes for like 2 weeks. And yesterday I was like, all right, if I don't get them, it's not a big deal. Like the best case scenario, I buy the shoes. The other scenario is I don't spend $200 and I keep it in my pocket. It's a win-win situation, right? So this is how I'm rationalizing.
$200?
Yeah, 200.
Shit.
So this is how I'm rationalizing this in my head to make it okay if I don't get these shoes, right? So I'm in one of my email groups or whatever. We're like emailing about a bunch of different things, and then the topic of the cement 3s come up. So they're like, yeah, like you shouldn't have a problem getting them. You know what I'm saying? They're releasing like a whole bunch. It's not a limited release. Everybody should be able to get a pair or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but I wear a size 12, which is like the curse of death in the sneaker community because apparently everybody wears a size fucking 12. You said what?
So yeah, that's like a regular size.
Yeah, like everybody wears a size 12. So like size 12 shoes are like I can go look at some Jordans right now that probably came out 6 months ago that everybody bought. And if I go on there right now, I could probably find a size 11, a size 9, a size 9.5, whatever the grade school sizes are, but I'm not gonna find any size fucking 12s. For whatever reason, like size 12 is just a really, really common fucking shoe number, right? So they're like, yeah, you should try, if you're looking for the cement 3s, you know what I'm saying, try this spot called Hibbit Sports or some shit like that. Never heard of the store in my fucking life.
I think I've heard of that before.
Right, but apparently it's like they sell athletic. They're like an athletic footwear. They're like your Finish Line, Foot Locker type of situation.
Yeah, you got to go to those like not high brand like shits that everybody knows about.
Right. It's a smaller store. It's like an independent store. And so I'm like, well, I never heard of Hibbett's or whatever like this. So I'm looking it up to see if they have one in my area. Apparently, they have like 50 in my area. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'll just try one of these or whatever like that. So I called one store that was close to my job, and I'm like, yo, are y'all getting some 3's? Stupid question. They're like, yeah, we're doing, it's first come, first serve. Niggas, we open at 10. Niggas show up, they get the shoes, they leave. That's all, or whatever like that. So I'm like, all right, cool. But I was like, I really don't want to drive back towards my job to get these sneakers. So let me call one that's like a little bit close to where I go to school at, which is, it's not closer than going to work, but for whatever reason, I just didn't feel like driving as far to go to work. So I call a spot that's like 20 minutes down from where I live. And they're like, yeah, I'm saying, we're getting them. It's a special release, not special release, but we're opening at 8 o'clock. It's first comes, first serve, blah, 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 whatever. So I'm like, all right, well, they're opening in at 8. If I go to the 8 o'clock one and I don't get the shoes, then I can just try to get the shoes online and I'll just let that be the end of it. If I don't get the shoes, then I don't get the shoes or whatever. So I'm like, bet. So I get off work on Friday and I come home and I'm laying down in bed. And I'm like, all right, I'm saying, I'm gonna go to sleep. The store don't open until 8 o'clock. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up at 6. I'm gonna leave at 6:15. I'm gonna get to the store about like 6:45. Then I'm gonna just wait or whatever. So I go to sleep, and I woke up at 2:30 because I have to use the bathroom. And at like 2:30, I'm like, all right, well, I can't go back to sleep. So I'm just kind of like laying in bed or whatever, and I'm just like,
you was excited like that?
Yes, I was excited like that, but like not consciously.
I wonder why you were still tweeting early. I was like, we got to get up and record.
Like I was tweeting till like past the time because I was like, just gonna wait till 6 to go or whatever. But I couldn't go back to sleep, so I was like, all right, well, it's 4 o'clock now. I might as well just go to the store and wait in front of the store for the shoes because I'm not gonna go back to sleep.
No way.
What?
That's you go and wait?
Yeah, I know. Hurry up and wait, right?
That's not some shit that I feel like you would do. That's why I'm like, nah, that's not really what you said.
Yeah, it is what I said. So listen, I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I go to the gas station. I grab 3 Black and Milds, and I get on my way.
You need one right now. You need to be Shannon right now.
Listen, first of all, let me tell you about what the fucking weather looked like outside. So we had a fog warning this morning. Nigga, it looks like the scene in the horror movies where black people get like killed. Like I literally could not see in front of me. Like it was that fucking foggy outside. So I'm driving. Mind my business, driving slow over the bridge because I can't see. And I get down to where the sneaker place is at. Now, the sneaker place that I am in is the sneaker place that I decided to go to is in a decidedly black neighborhood, right? It's not a big deal. I brought that up because I generally don't go down there. Not because I avoid black people, but just because I'm usually never on that side of town. Like the one time that I did go down there, I had to go to work. I was working with these kids. These kids are bad as fuck. And I was like, oh, it's probably because I'm in the black neighborhood. You can say whatever you want about that later. I'm anti-black or you think I hate black people. I don't give a fuck what you say.
hates black people.
Yeah. But listen, just to emphasize how black this place is, the sneaker place is next to a City Trends, and across the street was a fucking check cashing store.
Oh shit!
And there was a Rainbows next to the check cashing store. So that's the situation that I'm in right now. So it's like 4:45, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm here. There's nobody here. I'm literally sitting. I am the only thing in the parking lot. Me and my car. There ain't no people, ain't no crackheads, ain't no fucking rats, nothing. Just me, the only asshole awake at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, all right, well, I got 3 hours to kill. What can I do? First, I started watching the Dave Chappelle thing, the second comedy spell, the bird something. I don't know what the shit's called. Started watching that, right? Started banging this Nipsey Hussle album. Side note, that Nipsey Hussle album is fucking fire. Okay. That shit is rolling like a motherfucker in a wheelchair. At about 6:15, two more people show up. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not the only asshole out here by myself. So by this time,
yeah, if you go that early and you're by yourself, yo, you're an asshole.
yeah. So by this time, I'm out of Black and Milds. So I'm like, well, my legs hurt. So I'm gonna walk across the street and get some more. So I get two more. I walk across the street, which is like, yes.
Garfield, it's like not even 5 a.m, and you smoked 3 Black and Milds.
This is why I'm trying to quit, because I have a really bad smoking habit. I don't know where I got this shit from.
I'm sorry to disrupt, but how long does it take you to finish one? Because it takes like an hour, right?
No, it probably takes like 25 to 30 minutes, maybe.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I chain smoke. I really don't know where I got that habit from. I chain smoke Black and Milds, and that shit is really, really annoying.
Just like while you're driving and shit?
Yeah, while I'm driving, while I'm in the house, while I'm stressed. Like, I just look for any reason to smoke.
All day?
Yeah, wow. It really doesn't even matter.
You gotta get you a sponsorship.
I've smoked the taste out of my mouth. Like, that shit's, it's like a really bad habit. Which is why I'm trying to quit, which I didn't really do a good job of today, clearly, because I just told you I smoked 5 before like 7 o'clock this morning. So like 2 more people show up or whatever, and I'm just in the car, and then like 3 more people show up or whatever. I'm just in the car. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then at like 7:30, like somebody comes to open up the store or whatever. So they come to open up the store. It's like me and like 7 other people outside, right? So maybe at like 7:55, dude comes back out. He has these tickets in his hand. Apparently, they only have a limited amount of shoes to sell. I was the first person in line. So I said, my man, let me get a size 12. He hands me
with confidence.
Yes.
I know you said that shit with confidence.
Yes. So he hands me a ticket with a size 12 on it. I said, cool. So eventually I realized that he only has one of every size. Those are all the sneakers that he has.
Whoa.
Like somebody asked for a size 11. They got it. Somebody asked for a size 11 after that. He was like, I only had one. What? And then somebody asked for an 11 and a half. He was like, I ain't got no 11 and a halves. That dude that asked for 11 and a half was there like an hour and 15 minutes before the store opened. He didn't get no shoes.
Damn, he should have just said 12 or 11.
Yeah. No, he only had 112. I got the 112. That was all he had. So I said all that to say, going down there, right? Going down there at 4 o'clock in the morning seemed like a really dumbass idea, but I got the shoes, so it doesn't matter. So now I'm going to Black Panther premiere with my black cement 3's and my custom made Wakanda t-shirt.
Don't get right.
And now you just looking like a nigga for the rest of the day, huh?
Yes, nigga, because I was definitely asleep before we was getting ready to record this fucking podcast. But you know,
I'm glad the story had a good ending. Because I was just waiting for you to be like, you waited an hour, you stayed up all night.
Nah, son.
Niggas didn't get no shoes.
Nah, if I didn't get no shoes, wasn't nobody getting no shoes because I was there at 4 o'clock in the morning.
You was gonna blow this shit up?
No, nobody was gonna get no shoes. I was just gonna buy them all.
Oh, you got money.
No, I was just gonna buy them all. I don't know where the money was gonna come from. I was just gonna buy them all. Nobody get no fucking shoes. Because you know, the basketball shoes and ball is life. Which brings us to our next topic, featuring LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and I think it's easier to date white men, Carrie Champion. That's what we was talking about, Tunde. We was talking about Carrie Champion.
Oh, yeah.
She's the one who be saying that stuff?
She said it, and then...
I thought she was black.
She is black.
No, I think that, you know, it's one of those situations where Carrie Champion said that, and she shouldn't have said it. And I get what she was trying to do when she said it, but she still shouldn't have said it. Because if a black dude said, I'm only dating... You know, it's easier to date white women. We all know how that would have went. So, like, there really wasn't a reason for her to say that, but I got the point that she was trying to get to when she was saying it. So, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Carrie Champion are doing this Uber X ride event thing or whatever, where they ride through somebody's city and they drive these different places or whatever. So, Carrie Champion was driving around KD and Durant KD and LeBron James in Ohio, and then LeBron was taking them to like the first place that he ever picked up a basketball. His apartment complex. First apartment complex that he said he felt stable in, where they lived at with his mom, and then like the high school that he went to, where he became a global superstar. And in that conversation, they were talking about Donald Trump, and LeBron James basically said that Donald Trump is not a good leader and he doesn't give a fuck about people, and he feels that, you know, when he was younger, there were 3 people who, you know, were pretty much looked at as inspirations to people, like people that looked at them and it was like, you know,
it couldn't be them.
right, you couldn't be those people, but you know, you can take inspiration from those people. He said it was the president of the United States, whoever the best sports player was, and whoever the best musician was. And you know, for Donald Trump to be one of those people, you know, it's not really a good thing or whatever. So he's like, you know, you don't give a fuck about people. So this is where I will turn this over to you, Tunde, because I don't know, I don't remember the name of the lady, and I'm sure you
remember her name. I don't care.
Well, fuck her. So a Fox News host, yes, Fox News lady. That's how we doing it. That's how we doing it. A Fox News lady came and had commentary saying that LeBron's comments were ungrammatical. What did she say? They were ungrammatical. They were ignorant.
And that's what happens when you drop out of high school. When
you petition the high school to leave a year early to go to the NBA. That's what happened. You know, you get paid $100 million. You need to dribble a basketball. You need to shut up and just dribble. And you know, generally racist kinds of things like that. So I don't even know where to. I mean,
do they not realize that they literally only see those comments when it's a black athlete saying this? Like, nobody likes y'all's president. Like, nobody likes that guy. And every day, a billion people say that, but yet it's still like, oh, this nigger, you didn't do this, and you need to shut up, and blah, blah, blah. Like, why don't they try to just talk about some white people at least and mix it up?
But the thing is, she's playing on this trope that black men are just stupid. And LeBron James, outside of basketball, he's an amazing businessman. Like,
better businessman than Donald Trump.
Yeah, exactly. He has so many like successful businesses. He has that pizza restaurant that he opened. That's like that he turned around and is now making quadruple what it made before he bought it.
He has a fucking sports agency that like gets money from people he fucking plays with. Like, it can't get any much more than that. He produces shows, movies, like. But this lady, fuck this lady, yo. It's funny how like out of everything they talked about, that's what she chose to focus on because he talked bad about their Lord and Savior. I like his Instagram post he posted last night. He just said, comment back to that.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He basically said, it was a picture that said, "I am more than an athlete," and the caption said, "#we will not shut up and dribble," and that was it.
Oh, yeah, I saw a bunch of basketball players tweeting that hashtag, "we will not shut up and dribble."
Yeah. So
here's another thing I don't like about this, though. As soon as any black person who's in entertainment, sports, whatever, says something that they kind of don't like, they go ham. As if, oh, just shut up and play sports. But LeBron had said, I don't know, or even made a reference or barely had a shirt on, like an NWA shirt or like something with some weed on it. And they'd have been like, you're supposed to be a great example and blah, blah, blah. Like, they try to make it one way over here. And then the other way, like, if you say something they just don't want to hear. So that invalidates all of that shit to me. Like, do you care what they have to say? Do you care about what they're doing? Or do you not want them to, like, matter or be a role model?
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think that, you know, it's part of the same thing that we saw with Kaepernick. It's like people think, you know, people like this Fox News lady think that athletes are rich and that particularly black athletes are rich, and they should be grateful that they are allowed to make the money that they're allowed to make because they're only dribbling a basketball, quote unquote. Like,
niggas is haters.
Nigga, I can't play 82 games of basketball. Okay. I can't play 82 games of basketball. I can't play the extra 20 in the playoffs. And I definitely can't score 27 points and 7 rebounds and 7 assists per game. So in America, in this society, you pay for talent. You pay for things that other people are unable to do. So white lady and whoever else is mad about LeBron James and Kevin Durant
making doesn't even matter though. That's just the weird part.
I mean, if you niggas can dribble a basketball as well as they can, then somebody will pay you an absorbent amount of money.
Like when Eminem made a whole song about Donald Trump, did anybody even like bring him up?
Yeah, I mean,
like,
they brought him up.
They brought him up. Pulls up every black person who says something.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, you know that Donald Trump wasn't pulling up on Eminem. Like, we all knew that. You know, which is why we need white people. We need white people to do things like that because, you know they're not going to get pulled up on like they get, like they pull up on niggas. They're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like when I think about, like, I'm not even bothered by what she said because that's basically what I expect from people like her and a majority of white people and people in general to say about, first they want the athletes to say something when JJ Watt was taking all that fucking money for Houston, which he still hasn't given any out. Nobody said anything. Nobody told athletes to stick to sports then, but let them say some shit that you don't like. And all of a sudden it's, well, these niggers need to stick to sports.
Here's the thing. People don't like athletes getting into politics, but when it was Tom Brady and he perfectly positioned his make America great hat again in his locker, no one had a problem with that. I mean, on that side. Of course, we had a problem with that. But that's him like suddenly just put in his try to influence people's votes, I think. So no one has a problem with that. No one has a problem with white athletes. Like the JJ Watt thing, that's, believe it or not, that's also political. So you like,
it's just weird that they don't even try to hide it. Like,
yeah,
I would think they try to be kind of slick about the way they talk about stuff, but it's just like so obvious and such the exact same rhetoric every time that it's like,
well, they don't,
bro.
they don't
But I guess, like you said, their listeners are dumb as fuck, and like their listeners are like, that's what they want to hear.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have to hide it anymore. Like they have a president who's going to say the exact same things that they're saying. So they're like, well, I feel empowered to say exactly how I feel, which I'm cool with. I'm cool with white people saying exactly how they feel about black people so that we never have to ever be confused about what side you're on. I am completely okay with that.
And just because you didn't go to college doesn't mean you're not smart. I believe LeBron James is very intelligent.
I mean, niggas worth like $1 billion. Like you can't be dumb.
Yeah.
Well, let me.
I mean, no, because
let me not say that. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I was saying something, but that's not that I meant. I said that, but that's not what I meant.
I mean, he built like not only did he like make what $90 million before he played a basketball game with Nike. Like he built separate ventures and he brought all his childhood friends along with him. Not only did he not, most athletes like, I'm gonna give my friends money and that's gonna be that. Like he made them into businessmen also. And you look at Donald Trump, who can't even tweet in complete sentences.
Oh, he's the worst businessman ever. I don't even know how he's still a businessman. Like, it is awful. The nigga loses money on everything. He was bankrupt, fucking shell companies. I don't even know if this nigga's really a billionaire. Like, I feel like I heard this thing that like he paid people to say that. Like, I don't even know if this nigga's really. I mean, we ain't never seen his tax returns. We don't know if that nigga got $1 billion or not.
Exactly.
Because I'm for damn sure if I had $1 billion, I'm not gonna be walking around looking like that. I'm gonna have the lipo, my hair gonna be hair implants not blowing off in the wind. You know what I mean? Like simple shit like that. Like I would be out here clean as fuck, and he just looks sloppy as shit.
Donald Trump, he's a fat bitch.
Oh, he's just a weirdo sloppy.
He
doesn't even try.
He's like a fucking beach ball with legs.
He doesn't even try, man. Get him out of here, dog. Like, what's going on with this investigation? Why is he not gone?
13 Russians have been indicted. That is your breaking news.
Like, a lot of shit seems like it's been happening, and I'll be seeing all this talk, and Russians, oh, the Russians did do this, and they did this. Okay, so is he out of here or what? Like,
I mean, it takes a long time to impeach a president, and you're going to impeach the president.
I feel like when that Clinton shit went down, it was like, he got his dick sucked. Whoop, let's get this paperwork rolling. Like, that nigga was out of here.
Yeah.
They rolled out.
No. I think he lied. That's what happened.
Yes, but I mean, that's what I was gonna say. It wasn't really because I
get that, but I'm saying it was like a quick, like, oh shit, we got to investigate. Oh shit, this.
Well, it might have felt quicker because we didn't have a 24-hour news cycle. So,
and in hindsight, I'm sure too. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like he's been the president for way too long now.
Who, Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only been like a year. It's only been like a year and some change. It ain't been 2 full years.
So embarrassing.
Yeah, it's fucking embarrassing. And depending on how you feel about this next topic, you might still be embarrassed. So these paintings that they unveiled of Barack and Michelle Obama. the Smithsonian, the African American Museum, which is, you know, the Smithsonian in DC, hired 2 African American artists to paint pictures of Barack and Michelle Obama to be unveiled in the president's wing of the museum. And those pictures,
they chose them?
Yeah,
I thought the actual president chose them. Oh, okay.
Chose their own artist, yeah.
Okay.
So those pictures were unveiled, I guess, at the beginning of the week, maybe. And there's Barack sitting in a garden with flowers.
Looking like Homer Simpson.
Okay, that's one interpretation of it. And then there's this picture of Michelle Obama, which seems to have gotten a lot of commentary that is not in the affirmative.
You're funny, G. Let's talk about
it. How do y'all feel about the pictures, though? Like,
2 a day.
If
they like it, I mean, cool with me.
How do you feel about the pictures?
I don't like.
Yeah,
I don't like.
How do you feel about the pictures?
I don't like Michelle's skin tone. It seems like in her painting, it seems like it made her lighter than what she actually is. Her skin almost looks like has like a layer of ash over it.
Yeah, they were saying that that's like her painting style, though. Like, it's not that she painted Michelle lighter. They're just saying that her painting style is like that sort of grayscale sort of situation.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad painting though. So Kehinde Wiley, the painter who painted Barack Obama's painting. I went back and looked at some of his older, like, other paintings. I can't say I'm a huge fan of his style. Like the flowers in the background. I mean, so one thing about the artist, Kehinde Wiley, right? I saw a lot of white people were mad about him, try to say that Barack Obama was racist because Kehinde Wiley also painted 2 portraits of black women beheading white women. So I went back and looked. He did do it, but it was like his modern day pieces of Judith beheading Holofernes, which is like a story in the Bible where a woman like seduces like a general, and before he can like destroy the land, like she gets him drunk and she decapitates him. So it's like a play on that story in the Bible, but like white people really were getting mad at the fact that he painted black women beheading white women. So I mean, so I thought it was cool. Those paintings, like the flowers, I would say, so Barack Obama's painting, I liked actual Barack Obama, but I didn't like the flower, like the pattern in the background. I thought the flowers were too loud. In his other paintings, the flowers are less.
You thought the flowers were too loud? You fucking Tunde Basquiat. What is this nigga talking?
He put meaning into it though, at least. So he was saying like it was the sunflowers were representative of Hawaii, and then there were other flowers that was like.
Yeah, one of the flowers
Nigeria or Kenya. I don't even know where that man's from.
For his father, one for Chicago, one for Hawaii, and then one in what's the fucking word? In honor of his father.
Yeah.
Lex?
Man. So, boom. All right. Obama's, it was cool because it was colorful. And what I do love is when you see all the president's boring ass, dark ass, dumb looking pictures, looking solemn. And then it's like, it's me, nigga. Like, Obama's is like nice and bright and cool. And it looks like him. My girl Michelle wasn't really feeling it just because I just wasn't really feeling it. But I don't agree with all the arguments about she shouldn't have lightened her skin tone, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't care about that. I just don't think it's very flattering. Even like the features, how she did the features and like the depth of her like head with the body. And I just didn't like that there's no color. And I did look at some of her older work because everybody said, oh, that's her style. But even like her older ones, like I thought those were super cool. I just didn't like Michelle's. So yeah, I just didn't really care for it. But again, I think they're cool, and I don't care who the fuck painted something. Like I could look at a Picasso and be like, this shit's whack. So, I mean, I don't even know how people say like something is art anymore, to be honest with you, because I've gone to too many art museums where it's literally like a dot or like a line and that shit getting sold for $83 million. So, matter of fact, look, I got my paint right here. Like I'm on my shit because I'm trying to get in the crew too. So, yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I saw the photos. Nigga, whatever. I don't care.
Right. I don't think it's nothing to be having no crazy discussions about. Like, who cares?
Michelle looked great out. I mean, I guess that's the artist's style. That's fine. Barack Obama had mad flowers in that bitch. Somebody put a hat, like a straw hat, on Obama in the picture. Like somebody photoshopped the picture and put a straw hat on Obama and put like a little strip, like a piece of grass and like put him in like some overalls and shit. Now that shit would have made a dope photo. Yeah, but I'm probably never going to that museum. I haven't even gotten there yet. I haven't been to DC in a number. I'm not into. I don't know what I'm going back
in
to
the city, huh?
Yeah, like
man,
I don't
you gotta
know.
go to a museum though. It's cool.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's not cool. I'm not saying that going to museums are cool. I'm just saying the likelihood of me ever getting to the African American Museum is probably really low.
Here's my question: don't those portraits of all of the presidents usually go throughout the White House?
I don't know. I know they went to the museum, but I don't know.
Okay, I know they are now. But like for example, like JFK's picture of him looking down, like that's in the White House. I feel like everybody's in the White House somewhere. So at some point, that's gonna be cool that forever they're gonna have to look at that nigga like, damn, his shit clean.
Yeah, Trump probably took that shit down though, but
oh god,
I don't know.
Ew, they're gonna have to have a picture of the fat guy in there too.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking unless he gets impeached, which they probably burn that shit.
So he doesn't get one. Oh yeah, we gotta get him out of there.
Hope not. Yeah, I would hope not.
So yeah, we'll just go ahead and close down the podcast with this last riveting topic here. That Tunde was causing up a fucking stir. Black Panther premiered this week, obviously, because niggas will not stop spoiling it on the timeline, which is why I've been tweeting my mentions for the last 2 days.
There's nothing to really spoil.
What do you mean there's nothing to really spoil? I haven't seen.
Maybe that's a spoiler, but there's nothing to really spoil.
I know. I'm not talking. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. There is something to spoil. I haven't seen the movie, so anything you say about the movie is technically a spoiler because I haven't seen it yet.
All right, I guess.
Whatever, asshole. Niggas, you know what I'm saying? Niggas. It was like a long running joke that people were going to be dressing up and doing the absolute most in honor of Wakanda. And when the movie came out, that is exactly what niggas were doing the most and wilding the fuck out. Niggas was dressed up in all kinds of kente cloths and head wraps and African garbs. Some people were painting their faces. Some people were bringing drums and shit to the movie theater.
Maracas.
Niggas was apparently grilling rib tips in the back and selling plates for $10. Although I don't know how true that is because I don't think you can grill in a fucking.
I did see a picture with some people with like styrofoam plates though, so I'm like, I don't know how that happened.
I absolutely saw niggas with macaroni and cheese, collard greens, and fried chicken.
Yeah,
I absolutely saw a picture of that. But the cosplaying seems to have been a real fucking point of interest. So we're gonna go to our African expert Tunde.
Again?
Yes.
Again. He said again.
I'm actually scared. I'm actually afraid to say something now based on
Tunde
my Facebook comments.
Tunde has about 185 Facebook comments right now because Tunde said that he feels something about all this cosplaying, but he's going to keep it to himself. And apparently, hit dogs are hollering.
Yeah, I got called a couple of names on Facebook.
Just a couple.
Yeah,
well,
people
I don't even. First of all,
exactly what G just said. I said I feel some type of way about some of these outfits. I said I have an unpopular opinion about some of these outfits that y'all are wearing to Black Panther, and that was it.
Tuna, that was all you said.
That's all.
It was a picture. That was all he said.
That was all I said.
So what did you mean then?
So first I got called passive aggressive.
Yes, I saw that one.
I got called a coward.
Saw that.
What? How are you a coward if you're saying something?
Because so So at first I was gonna reply. People were like, what do you mean? What's your opinion? And that I was on the way to work. I didn't really get into it, but then I was going to when I got to work. And then the name calling started. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm not really gonna say anything. But then people I actually know started like asking me genuinely, like, so what do you mean? So here's what I mean. Kente cloths I don't mind because I see black people like maybe like a year ago, people like were started wearing like kente cloth shirts like with like Jordans. I don't care about shit like that. What I do care about is when I see white people wearing shit like that to the movies. That shit bothers me because that doesn't belong to you, white person. Two, I scroll my timeline. What? No, it doesn't belong to them.
Continue. Does it belong to them for them to want to appreciate or like the culture?
We're going to talk about cultural appropriation in a second. Let's just get
to
okay. Two, I was scrolling on Twitter and I saw some dude on his outfit. He had like a fake bone in his nose. No, that's not appreciating. That's making a mockery. And I saw somebody wearing a grass skirt. Hawaii is not part of Africa, dog. Like you're doing the most. You're combining cultures. So it's like things like that. I don't really care for. So I mean that's what I meant when I saw it. Like when I see people wearing kente cloth shirts and dresses and matching shoes or whatever. I don't that doesn't bother me, but here's what I do wonder. This is over a movie, right? And people like want to identify with the movie and African culture, which I think is actually pretty dope. But what I do wonder is when like the hype and everything dies down from Black Panther, will people still appreciate Black culture, or will like the appreciation of like African culture by way of Wakanda, will that translate to Sudan or Nigeria or Ghana? Because I mean, not saying that it won't, but I just wonder, will people keep this same energy, a year from now, or when I tell you my name? So would you
rather them have no energy?
Or when I tell you my name, will you like twist your face and be like, what kind of name is that?
Baba Tunde. Whatever, Tunde.
Don't say whatever. I mean, we're
gonna talk about it.
That was my
I feel
issue.
like I get what you're saying, but even when it comes to
did we lose her?
I don't know.
I think we lost her. I guess I'll talk till she comes back. So I don't really know how to feel about the dashikis and the African garb and that kind of thing. Because on one hand, I'm like, oh, welcome back, because we didn't catch anything that you said, Lex.
I know, but now I'm just gonna be quiet because see where y'all at.
Oh, yeah, I'm basically just picking up like right before.
Because I had a question for Tunde.
Well, okay, so I'll finish what I was saying, then you can go. So I don't know, like, I don't really feel any type of way about the dashikis or whatever, because, like, I don't know what any of that shit means. Like, I don't know what is the appropriate dashiki pattern. I don't know what the appropriate material is. I don't know. Some people were saying like, some people were like traditional wedding garbs, and that's disrespectful. Like, I don't know anything about that. I'm going to the Black Panther premiere in the cement 3's that I stayed up all night for, and a custom-made Wakanda t-shirt, and that is about as far as I'm going with that. On one hand, I saw people saying that they feel like it was cultural appropriation.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but I do think there is some legitimacy in people who are African, regardless of wherever country that they're from, who feel some type of way about seeing the only time that they see their clothes being worn is in celebration of some other shit.
Yeah,
like
a fake country.
Right. Like, well, yeah, like you're wearing real traditional African garbs in support of a movie about a country in Africa that doesn't actually exist. Right. So I get that portion of it. People were saying, oh, well, they're just cosplaying and stuff like that. I saw niggas dressed up as Jaffe Joffer from Coming to America.
Mm-hmm.
I saw niggas looking like bootleg India Aries.
We just should have got more organized about like what are we gonna wear? What are we doing?
No. I don't. I mean, there wasn't. Well, saying that we need to get more organized would have mean that there was some sort of concerted effort by everybody to do a thing, and that everybody was on the same page. Like, I don't think that. I think people were just like, I want to do something because Africa. And that was the extent of where they were thinking. And I'm not African, so like I'm not personally offended, but like when I see Africans talk about being offended, like I kind of get that. But then sometimes there's like that whole African versus African American thing. So like I don't know how much that has to do with it. Like, is it just you just don't want niggas to wear it at all? Like for me,
that's my question.
Yeah, for me as an outsider looking in, like I don't know where to tell where these issues end and begin. So I pretty much just stay out of it. And then I just go wherever the fuck I want, which is anything of African.
Yeah, like personally, I didn't show up wearing a dashiki or doing anything that I wouldn't already do, if that makes sense. Like I feel like if I was into that, then I would know, like, kente comes from like a certain Ghana thing, or this is this, or this is that. Like, I feel like I would know, and I would have my shit together in a meaningful way or something. But I'm not just gonna go out and grab like whatever pattern just because that shit looks cool just to wear to this movie that when I don't know nothing about what I'm doing. So that's just me. But yeah, there's hella people out here like fists up and doing the most. And my question to Tunde is like, so what do you want people to do? You know what I mean? Like even with Black culture, with the culture of different African countries, do you just want people to look at it and admire it, or look at you and say that's cool, give you the credit, whatever, without participating? Like, you just don't want other people to participate?
So I already said, I mean, I can't speak for everyone. I don't mind when you like if you were to come on the show right now with a dashiki on, I wouldn't care.
It's just the extra shit.
It's the extra shit. Like,
or when you're turning it into like a character type.
Yeah,
shit,
I don't
or
like
a stereotype maybe.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. That's why I draw the line. And I also draw the line.
Because I heard.
Also draw the line. Yeah, because if all right, so Black people. All right, so I'm gonna give you an example. So as a Black person, right? You don't mind when white people admire Black culture and hip hop, right?
Right.
If a white person were to walk to come see, let's say basis back in the day, they would come see their white people, right? And they came wearing gold chains, gold teeth, pants sagging down.
Like their fucked up idea of what they think Black people are.
Yeah, exactly. Why Black people would get pissed. And then in my case, based on my Facebook comments, if the white person were to say, well, I'm just appreciating the culture, you should take this time to educate me. What would Black people say?
Hey,
you say
get your damn self, nigga.
Exactly. So when Black people say, well, why don't you take this time to educate me? It's not my responsibility to educate Black people on African culture. Google's free, right? And then people telling me, well, you know that your people some of your people sold my people to slavery, so you shouldn't be
They
mad
got that
at me.
deep?
Like get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit, yo.
Yeah,
Because
now you doing too
yeah, like that shit is real shit that pissed me off. So, all that to say, appreciation, like even if you like G said, like if you wore like a garment that was like traditional wedding garment and you didn't know, that wouldn't piss me off because like you don't know, because maybe you didn't like go and like research deep enough. Okay, like I want to get mad at that, but that's stereotypical. Let me put a fake bone in my nose bullshit. Like you probably think that, and you're probably a person that think that in Africa that it's all huts still. So that's what makes me mad.
Mm. I respect it.
Yeah, it's too.
I just like for people to know why they're doing what they're doing. That with everything, basically. Like, if you're doing something, if you have an opinion about something, why? If you can't explain it, don't do that shit.
Yeah, it's too thorny for me. There's like way too many issues wrapped up in just trying to go see the fucking movie itself. Like I got to deal with that bullshit. I'm not really trying to figure out like why am I wearing the appropriate shit to like.
Because I get the real cosplayers when you show up as Black Panther, when you show up as one of the characters, like that's like okay, that's cosplay to me. When you show up as Coming to America, another fucking fictional shit to this fictional shit, it's like niggas just want to do something now.
Yeah, I think when you show up as your interpretation of a thing, like that's kind of where it starts to get a little problematic.
Can I say something? And
you may more tuned in. You don't have to ask for permission anymore.
Right, I mean, it's your podcast.
It may be controversial and people may get mad at me, but I don't care. Like, I understand that Black people, Black Americans, like, have had a terrible history in this country, and people treat them like shit in this country. But that doesn't mean that Black people can't offend other people. And a lot of Black people act like just because they've been treated like shit that they have a free pass to just shit on other people. And I understand that there's a nuanced history between Africans and African Americans, and Africans a lot of times look down on African Americans and they treat them like shit too. So it goes both ways. I understand that. So I think that, you know, both sides need to do better. And in the ideal world, this movie would be like a jumping point for better relations between both sides, because Black Panthers, it's huge. Like all my friends still like live in Nigeria. I'm looking at their feeds, like people are dressing up there too. So it's not, you know, just an American thing also either. So
I think that's a good place to end. I'm cool with that.
Yep.
Y'all?
Cross your arms, Wakanda forever.
Are we doing an episode on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do a live Black Panther episode next week.
Yes.
Don't log on and watch if you haven't seen it, or log on, but don't get mad if you get spoilers.
Well, it shouldn't be spoilers after a week.
Huh? True.
After 48 hours, those are still spoilers. After a week, nigga, you just late.
Yeah. All right.
Everybody's rules are different.
Yep. NWAP, NWAP Cast, NWAPcast.com, NWAPcast on Twitter, Facebook, whatever other social media, Cash App,
Instagram.
$, NWAP Cast, Instagram, NWAP Cast, NWAP Cast all day, every day, niggas. Talk to y'all later. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, you was late.